Garcia won the toss, and the championship final will be started by the French woman in Fort Worth.
So let's see if nerves are really in the front of this match, because this is one of the biggest final that you can play in, besides the majors, but definitely on the Hologic WTA Tour. Biggest final of all.
Both having matches that lasted over 2.5 hours, but you see Sabalenka spending 80 minutes longer on court than her opponent Garcia. That extra hour and 20 minutes. Undoubtedly, you would think at this point, particularly with all that's riding here, the adrenaline, the motivation, the fatigue isn't going to be a factor for either. It's more about the mental aspect, isn't it?
I don't think it's going to be fatigue. I think it's going to be who's going to deal with the beginning of the match the best. So far in these 2 points, obviously it is definitely Garcia, with having to do barely anything to win the points. But it'll be interesting to see how this develops. But, you know, as far as tactic is concerned, they're all going to go at it. I think they're all going to try to be aggressive. It's to find out if the power of Sabalenka is not going to let really Garcia, you know, impose her game. And if it's such, maybe Garcia might have to go to a plan B. Quality serve here from Caroline Garcia. 112 miles per hour going wide. She got an answer that was pretty short. Took full advantage of it. Well, the tactic is pretty clear, Kevin. Just Garcia wanted to really make her way to the net. Just gonna have to figure out when is the best timing to do so. Kind of sneaked in this one, but the half volley not very controlled.
But Garcia is able to post the hold, so her gambit winning the toss says, I want to serve first and go with one of my biggest weapons. Why not? One love in favor of the 6th seed. Now, third member of our broadcast team is courtside, Aryna Falcone. You've got the great vantage point. What are your thoughts on this final?
Well, as you guys mentioned it, I think that the styles in terms of both of these girls, they're trying to be inside the baseline. They're trying to make aggressive plays to come forward. But I think for Sabalenka, that's her biggest asset is her serve. The way she served against Swiatek yesterday was incredible. But can she back it up today against the pressure that Garcia brings on the returns? That's going to be the biggest question.
You see her record in hard court finals. 9 of her 10 titles have come on this surface, but she hasn't reached a hard court final since January of last year in Abu Dhabi. So it has been a long time since she's been able to reach the last day on her favorite surface. That 9-2 record on hard courts, part of her 10-7 record overall in WTA Finals. I mean, she can play lights out tennis, Aryna Sabalenka, there's no doubt. In fact, there are a few that can match her from the power aspect. But I think the biggest takeaway from yesterday's victory seemed to be, and she spoke about it post-match, was her ability to remain calm.
Yeah, it was huge.
She'd beaten a world #1 twice before. In fact, it was the same woman, Ashley Barty. Last title she won in Madrid last year. Defeated Barty in the final. But the stakes were big against Swiatek yesterday.
Well, that is a big serve on the second serve, 93 miles per hour. And you can tell Garcia being way inside the baseline, just taking that one way too late behind her ear almost. That floated out with the racket face open. She's going big on the second serve, no doubt. Sabalenka. I mean, one way to neutralize somebody who's so inside the baseline to return is to serve right at their body. And I would think that Sabalenka, with the pace that she can generate of that serve, she should definitely find that body.
I think that's going to be the biggest thing, is for Sabalenka to be able to prepare quick enough on the returns coming from Garcia.
And Sabalenka, who served so well down the stretch in that third set against Swiatek, losing just 6 points from the line. She gets off to a good start.
Yeah, Kevin, it was amazing to watch, because I was courtside for that match yesterday, and the more she was having difficulty on her serve at the beginning, the harder she started to hit it, and eventually that landed in, and that was one of the biggest weapon of the match last night.
Garcia has added to her tally with 3 titles this year. You see her record. We already mentioned Sabalenka, 10-7, but Garcia winning all 3 finals this season on 3 different surfaces, as Sophie alluded to before. Stays at home nice at the net, and good touch this time. No mistake. And a good start. Yeah, Bad Homburg on grass, Warsaw on clay, and then as a qualifier, Cincinnati on hard courts for her 3 titles this year.
Let's not forget to mention that she's one of the 9 who were able to beat Iga Swiatek this year in Warsaw on Iga Swiatek's country soil.
Yeah. She is the tour leader in aces for the year, 384 in total, but she's actually still trailing Sabalenka in this event. It's her 15th overall. As they look to outduel each other here in the Wild West. By the way, just thinking about that 3-0 run to the finals this year and how well Garcia has done, she also has another caveat in store for this final that may inform things. Yeah, the harbinger of perhaps something good to come for Garcia is that when she beat Sakkari in the previous round, that was the 3rd time she'd beaten Maria, and the 2 previous times she beat her, she went on to win the title.
That could be an omen.
She's hoping
Not
so.
sure she knows that. They don't know all the stats. They're actually surprised when we mention those.
Sophie, I agree with you. So many players are not aware. A reporter told Sabalenka that she was top 10 in the ace count, and she said, "Oh, really? Okay. Well, with all my double faults, I need to find a balance. So it's pretty good, no?" Yeah,
she sure remembered the double faults.
It's remarkable to me because tennis players, you two included, seem to remember every single moment of every point of every match you've ever played in the circumstance, but can't know their positioning amongst the elite. Looking to get back inside the top 5, both of these women.
ace from Sabalenka, once again putting Garcia beyond the baseline. We haven't seen this very often throughout this tournament for Garcia, except when she played Iga Swiatek, maybe in the round-robin rounds, but for sure pushing Garcia off the line.
Advantage, Garcia.
Garcia able to stand up firm under the first real bit of scrutiny. No break points faced, but taking a deuce, and they remain on serve. 3 holds to start the championship final in Fort Worth. Just a couple of U.S. Open semifinalists just a couple weeks back in New York, vying for the biggest title in the whole Logic WTA Tour. Season-ending championships off to a good start in the opening 11 minutes. 3 holds. Garcia with 1 additional for a 2-1 lead, as Aryna Sabalenka looks to match her. There is the trophy named after Billie Jean King that will be awarded to the champion. It'll be a first time for either of these women in their second appearance. Sabalenka continues to put a lot of juice behind her serve, picks up her first ace. '51st edition of this prestigious year-end championships. There have been 25 different women that walked away with the trophy. Chance to have another impressive hole. Only dropped a single point in her first effort. She looks to close out to love. Can't do any better than that. Perfect hole for 2-all. So I mentioned the 51st edition. It's actually the golden anniversary of the first title awarded at these WTA Finals, and that champion was an emerging teen sensation, a little South Florida girl who ultimately transformed into a towering legend. And we're joined now by such the young lady that won that title, Chris Evert. Welcome to Fort Worth, and welcome to the booth.
It's great to be here.
It's wonderful to have you, and you have such a unique perspective in so many ways about this event, not just because you won it 4 times, but you won the first 2, and you've seen it transform year after year over decades to what it's become now.
I mean, globally, it's gone all over the world. Singapore, China, New York City. I mean, the difference is it's the top 8 women in the world. You just don't have those easy matches, those early matches where you feel like you can play into the tournament. You've got to have your A game right from the start. Every match is a final.
You played this in multiple formats, right? You had smaller draws that were just single elimination knockout. You did do round robin as well. Did you have a preference, or do you look back on it now and say, I wish we'd gone one way or the other?
I kind of liked the round robins because I felt like it was fair to play people within your group. But however, one year I played Tracy Austin and I beat her in the semifinals, and then I had to play her in the finals and I lost to her. I don't know how that worked out, but I wasn't very happy.
Yeah, that's not a good memory. Luckily, you took home the trophy 4 times, so some consolation.
I don't know how you can lose to somebody and then beat them, or beat somebody and then lose them. I don't know.
Juan Pablo Guzman working with Caroline Garcia after the abrupt departure of Bertrand Perret after the Guadalajara 1000 event.
I see your father's with her too. They've kind of had an up and down, you know, kind of a relationship. But I think really things are very smooth with them now, and he understands her.
Juan Pablo Garcia.
Gorgeous once again, coming forward. I mean, this is what she's been doing since June, trying to be more aggressive, but the tactic here, it's just so evident. Anytime she has an opportunity, she's going to push and come forward. Once again, coming cross-court here, but the approach being so good, no problem on the volley here.
She does that better than anyone on the tour. Just so natural, so instinctive coming in.
She has a great transition ball.
Transition, yeah.
You know, that one that Martina used to have. The one that you come from the baseline or you serve and volley. Yeah, I think so.
No, exactly. It's like they don't think. They just naturally go in.
Yes, I agree.
And Garcia with her hold for 3-2. Impressive. Already starting to ratchet up the ace number as the tour leader for 2022.
Yeah.
3-2 advantage for the Frenchwoman.
But these two young women are knocking at the door to win Grand Slam titles, I think. Do you feel that way?
Well, yeah, I mean, right now I was asked this question by L'Equipe, the French magazine today, and they said, well, what do you think for next year for Garcia? And I said, well, you can't count her out of any majors. I mean, the way she's playing, it's the same with Sabalenka. Anybody who's in this field here has to be counted as a possible, and especially the field, the way that the depth of the field is today. Yes, Iga had this amazing year, no doubt, but you have to look at the rest, and there's got to be, and Iga is loving the slow, you know, courts and clay.
Prefers.
These guys are probably going to be looking and lurking on grass and the US Open without a doubt.
Sabalenka picks up her second ace. They have 6 combined between them. Chrissy, what about this event as a springboard to the next year? You're winning it 4 times, including early in your career as a teen. For Sabalenka and Garcia, they both reached the semis at the US Open this year. They're looking for that first major final.
Yeah.
How much will this play into their belief next year?
Oh, I think a lot, because you really don't have a lot of time in between. It's not like you have like 3 months off. I mean, they're going to probably take 2 weeks off, and then they're going to get into training again and play a tournament probably late December, and there's no time off whatsoever. But confidence is the name of this game. It really is.
Poses to both of you, though, and thinking whoever emerges from this, an indoor hard court title and a big one. As far as they go forward in their career, Sabalenka, let's start with, where's her best chance to probably reach the major final and walk away with a trophy? Which event?
That's hard. I mean, she did so well at Wimbledon that one year, and she reached the semifinals.
I would go with the
year.
least chances, which I would think the French probably.
The clay.
Roland Garros would be a tough one for her.
Any fast
slower,
surface.
yeah. Slower would be more difficult.
I think she could do really well on grass, and I think any kind of a fast hard court for sure.
Strong finish from Aryna.
Her fitness looks better than ever, and her movement and her consistency to back up the big serve.
Yeah, it's totally different. But I mean, I just want to just point out that this second serve was 108 miles per hour. It is 108 is most of like the first serves of pretty much overall group as far as the women's tennis is concerned. But second serve, she's going all out because she knows. 116.
Yeah.
Hello. Is this dreamland when you see 116? Because, I mean, this is crazy. Of course, the rackets have changed, so it helps a little bit more to get the power.
Yeah, but this is her confidence. I mean, she wasn't serving like this when beginning or the middle of the year. She was double faulting so many double faults. It was almost embarrassing. I think she was embarrassed about it. But everything else, if her serve's working, everything else works.
Her serve is working. 3 for 3.
She went 2 more miles per hour up on this one just to prove us. 118 now. It's ridiculous.
I'll ask you the same question that we did for Aryna about Caroline and her chances for a major title, or at least getting to the final.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see Carolina. She has every shot in the book. She gets to the net transition and volleys better than most of the players. Her serve is, she's what, #1 on the ace list on the serves. She's very compact, meaning little can go wrong with her strokes because she's compact, and she's got a new look in her eyes, like she's really wants it.
Hungry.
Yeah, desirous.
Hungry. Yeah, desire. Yeah.
And she seems to have an unwavering belief now. Sometimes it could ebb and
She
flow.
believes, and she's mature. She's matured. Oh my gosh. I mean,
Gorgeous. The backhand volley is pristine.
right?
Yeah, I think I would go to the forehand volley personally
Yeah.
if I had to play her, and you know, just because I think that she's sometimes a little speculative on that forehand, but the backhand, it's just, you know,
It's that natural turn.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
and then putting the short volley cross court, just impossible to get it with the slice. Yeah.
Short swings, you know,
Yeah.
like I keep saying the word compact. There's not a lot of movement, just enough movement.
I'm sure Martina is enjoying that.
Yeah, I think Martina can probably relate to her game.
Yeah.
Even the serve.
Yes, definitely.
Aryna sends a wake-up call, screaming back return winner.
But here's the difference, by the way, 91 miles per hour on that return, but it was a 76 miles per hour second serve. And I don't think that, you know, Garcia has seen anything under 85 to 90 miles per hour second serves right now.
Yeah, awe-inspiring return to say the least. And Garcia backs it up with a well-placed first serve for her 5th ace.
There you go.
I have a question for you. Do you think when Garcia walks on the court, she feels that mentally she's got it over Sabalenka?
I think yes, but I think she was very nervous when she came in. Her face was very, very pale white, and I could tell that there was a lot of nervousness. But I think she believed yes, without a doubt. Much more than before.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. But I think, you know, the work that she's done with, you know, a coach, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen next year because, you know, he quit. You know, we all speculate the reason has nothing to do with her. The reason was never said. But, you know, when you have somebody you work so well with, you have to think about it. What is she going to do next year? You know, it's the question to me. And a lot of speculation where how is she going to be able to play here with her coach just quitting a week before coming to this event?
Who is she with? A hitting partner here?
Yeah, well, Juan used to, Juan used to work with her. And,
Juan Pablo Guzman joining just abruptly to get in. But this has turned out to be a service duel. Look at this, 7 games, no break points faced. Garcia jumps out 4-3.
Unfortunately, they were not very successful here, but the fact that you had 2 Americans, you know, or now 2 Americans, top 5, 6 players in the world, and also a doubles pair that is so good. Now it's the results, but, you know, people are very anxious for somebody of Coco Gauff just wanting her to do so well, and she's 18 years old. People, you know, kind of forget.
There's that bemused look from Sabalenka that used to be reserved for double faults. Now it's the swing and the miss that draws it. Even at just a shade under 6 feet tall. Nope.
So how can you lob over my head?
Well, she jumped a bit early on that one. Timing is everything, right?
Fort Worth, Texas, the 12th different city to host the season-ending championships, and it has been an exciting week, certainly tennis-wise. But for you, Chrissy, there's been some additional exposure here in this city, and something that's near and dear to your heart with your recent grant to the Moncrief Cancer Institute. We talk about Caroline Garcia's second half of the season. Your first half of this year was remarkable, as you in January announced your cancer diagnosis, and suddenly in May, you're, to the delight of millions of tennis fans, saying you're doing well.
Yeah, no. It was. I mean, it was a tough year. It was a very much a surprise when I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer because I was feeling fine, wasn't feeling anything, but had to have the work done, and I had the BRCA. I had the BRCA gene. It was positive, and all my siblings and my kids have to have that test now. And but I mean, genetic testing has come a long way, and I encourage people to get it.
Yeah, and you're working with the WTA Charities and the Acing Cancer Partnership with Whole Logic. What a great partnership it is to have Whole Logic as the title tour sponsor with their innovations for women's health.
Yeah, no, I think the WTA picked a good, Pelagic picked a good one there, because it's a problem that faces all young women as well as older women. And just the awareness, you know, just to be aware and be your own advocate, I think is very important. That's the message the WTA wants to get across.
Sure.
Awareness and screening, of course, very important for all.
I'll tell you what, I know you had to do a lot, but there were a lot of people jumping up and down, celebrating as if you'd won a title when you announced that you were back to solid health and feeling good again.
Yeah.
So we're happy for that.
A lot of support, which is good.
As it should be.
Sabalenka continuing to wheel and deal efficiently from the line.
That second serve has been absolutely phenomenal.
As far as she's won 9 of 10.
Well, when you serve about 98 to 108 on the second serve, that helps.
Shot of Anton Dubrov, who has been coaching Sabalenka for the last 3 seasons. He looks on and doesn't seem worried at the moment. No reason to be vexed because everything's going according to plan. 4-all in the opening set. So, Chrissy, while we got you here, I know it's only for a short time longer. Got to put you on the spot now. Thinking about this, not these two players probably picked to get to the final, but they've certainly earned it. Who do you think gets the tilt today?
Good luck. I said it was a 50-50.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think it's
you
the
want to flip a coin?
I've been saying that about a lot of these matches, and I think I'm trying to bail out of it. No, let me think about it.
Okay.
Let me just think about it.
I think this is
that'll
crucial.
keep you around longer? Yeah, take your time.
Right before you kick me out, I'll tell you, okay? And if that's going to
First of all, we won't kick you out, just so you know.
Okay.
Well, this is crucial here because, you know, for somebody like Garcia, who's, you know, coming into flourishing right now, and this is the biggest probably event for her, except besides doubles when she won majors. But this is the time right here that the nerves could take over.
Well,
and look at that. Who else? But on the serve, you know,
and on the other side, you know,
know.
you also think, you know, Sabalenka, yes, this tournament has looked calmer, right? And she's looked more in control, but she only knows how to hit the ball one way.
Yes, she doesn't do well, although she has one of the best slice backhand I've ever seen. Another ace. Wow.
She continues to add to her tour leading total and continues to make that one step forward. Sabalenka is giving chase, but Caroline has been terrific.
Yeah, she has. She's got her nose down to the grindstone there too. Focused very well. I'm going to go with Garcia. I went downstairs with Amazon when I was talking to them, and they asked me to pick somebody, so I picked Garcia.
Okay.
But you know, I want to have a comment about the other players. When you look at Andreescu and Osaka and Kennan and Jen Brady and all these,
Jen Brady,
all these,
who's been unfortunately
Simona Halep,
MIA.
and, I mean, all these players that aren't playing because of injuries or they're coming back or whatever. I mean, there's like 5 or 6 Grand Slam champions that can be added to this group, and it would be awesome.
Without question. Chrissy, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming up here. I know you want to get and watch the
I
match,
told you
right?
were going to kick me out. Yeah, okay. Thank you. It was really great.
Been wondering when one of these two would be under a bit of scrutiny, and they haven't been on their serve. No break points through the opening 9 games, but now Aryna Sabalenka, she's got a little bit of that scoreboard pressure being applied. Caroline Garcia's 5th consecutive hold to start needs to be matched by Aryna, or the opening set goes to the 6th seed.
The power once again from the racket of Sabalenka.
That time some easy power, Aryna.
It's incredible power, but you know what I'm most impressed with is the control. So much shape and margin off that forehand.
And to your answer about the control, only 1 unforced error from the racket of Aryna Sabalenka. That's telling about control.
Yeah, she's getting out-dueled in aces and winners overall, but she has 8 winners to 1 unforced error. That is phenomenal level of tennis to match Garcia as she looks to match her with the 5th hold.
40-50.
Another sturdy effort from Sabalenka, and still no break points faced. In fact, only 1 game has gone to deuce in the opening 10 efforts from the line.
Game's up.
Server winning 16 of the last 20 points as they continue to hold sway from the line. Both women came in. What's impressive about their effort to get through to the final is the number 2 players from their respective groups, as they weren't on tremendous runs to get here. Take the case of Caroline Garcia. She had lost 4 of her last 5 matches arriving in Fort Worth.
Relentless power from the racket of Sabalenka.
Tremendous control and strength using those shoulders to be able to get up above her head to come down and produce her 14th winner.
A total service display from both players so far in this match.
Had to elevate a bit there at the end to make sure she could exert control. Garcia races one of the few leads that the returners had today. In fact, only twice has the returner led in any form through these opening 11 games. As another ace. Caroline Garcia puts her in good stead.
Look at the reaction from Garcia. Last time they played in the Cincinnati semifinal, Garcia 8 aces. She has surpassed that right then, right now, by 1 at 9 on the count of aces.
Garcia will be proud, as is her camp. She puts additional scoreboard pressure on Sabalenka. Whenever you get to the last day of a tournament, you always hope that the championship final is going to match up to the expectations, some of the hype that was built up for this one. Well, it has been all sizzle, no fizzle thus far. Can Aryna Sabalenka continue the game of catch-up to force a tiebreak in the opening set of this championship round?
A lot of pressure off the return once again. Just the way that Garcia jumped on that second serve. You know the tactic is going to be the same, regardless if it's a 91 miles per hour serve on this one or a 108 on second serve. Wow. What a great view in camera. Just to see the pace of that ball. 114 miles per hour ace for Sabalenka.
Ace number 21 for the tournament that keeps her in contention to duel back and forth between Garcia for that honor. That is quality point construction, and it yields a solid result.
So good. I mean, just amazing again from the get-go. The return of serve, the approach shot so deep that nothing she can do on this. It's coming out, and she's barely getting that. And then finish up with this panache of backhand short cross-court volley. Being a beauty.
Garcia's going to step well inside the baseline, and that has been her trend to receive this second serve. Sabalenka needs to continue to maintain that high efficiency. 12 of 15 on her second deal today.
That's pretty good depth, Aryna, I would say.
Garcia's right knee was practically on the floor here. Oh, excuse me, left knee. The pace coming from Sabalenka is incredible.
Right. Second serve.
Sabalenka withstands any pressure externally. She is solid between the ears tonight. And a sixth hole to match Garcia will force an opening set tiebreak.
I am so impressed with the way that Sabalenka has been serving, considering the return position that Garcia has been pressuring off her.
Anton Dubrow working with Sabalenka the last couple of years. It's yielded 5 titles, including WTA 1000 in Madrid last year.
Are they saying carreau? Sounds like it.
They are.
They are saying carreau. There's a lot of maybe French people here tonight, but definitely definitely on the side of Garcia.
Well, there is a Paris, Texas here.
I know. I know it well. There's actually a Paris in many states in the United States, but Paris, Texas being one of them.
Oh, here comes Aryna. Already very aggressive and assertive to start the tiebreak.
How loud is it down there, Aryna?
It's really starting to pick up. The energy is insane at the moment.
What a get from Sabalenka. Once again, just having so much reach. I mean, her arms are so long. Garcia cannot believe it. That was fantastic reach from Sabalenka.
That was a big strike off the back foot.
Well, for somebody who's been struggling really with her serve and double faulting so much, she is proving that her serve is going well right now. And it's amazing because the pressure is on and she's still able to produce some great second serves. Again, that serve, 103 miles per hour on that second serve. I mean, she has been only 42% Sabalenka on the first serve percentage. But on the second serve, she only lost so little amount of points. Matter of fact, only 4 points did she lose on second serve tonight.
Straight up 9 p.m. in Fort Worth. This final has not disappointed in the 50 minutes now that have transpired. What an epic start to the season-ending championship round. And one can just not shake the other.
It's really going to be interesting to see who's going to crack first, because so far they're just on top of their games, both of them, especially on the serve area. No doubt second serves for Sabalenka and first for Garcia, with 9 aces so far for the French woman, for 3. She's not letting anything short, and really aggressive right when she sees any opportunities. Caroline Garcia, she knows that she's going to have to come forward with it. And that's what she said. She said that is the way that you're going to beat her. Right there, I could read her lips. It's by coming forward. That is the way you are going to get her. Exactly, word to word.
Garcia will swap ends with Sabalenka with just a little bit of an edge.
I love that return there by Garcia. It neutralized Sabalenka's serve so much. It was a deep slice return, just made it a little bit uncomfortable for Sabalenka.
4 straight points for Caroline. She tries to produce her second tiebreak win over the course of the 5 matches here in Fort Worth. Of course, the memorable match with Daria Kasatkina ended in a 3rd set tiebreak that Garcia was able to prevail. Here's a look for the year, their numbers. Sabalenka very successful, 69% to the 42% for Garcia. And Sabalenka won her only tiebreak in the second set of her defeat of world number 2 Ons Jabeur, coming back from a set down.
Who was going to crack first?
Yeah. Just her second double fault, but this is the most inopportune of times.
There's no doubt.
And Sabalenka surrenders both points on serve. That gives Caroline the freedom to work from the line without any pressure. Or at least in theory. No pressure whatsoever to get her 10th ace to put Garcia to set point.
6-2, Garcia. Garcia.
A big blast from the backhand, where she's been most successful during this tournament for Sabalenka, and she saves a set point. That ends the run of 6 consecutive points for Garcia. Still with some room to move towards taking this tiebreak.
Wow, I mean, what a display of power from both of these players. First from the serve, 112 miles per hour, and then quickly in when the return is short to take that ball as early as possible, giving absolutely no time for Garcia to come back.
We'll see what kind of mark that leaves after what had been an outstanding set of tennis. 55 minutes. The women neck and neck until Garcia sprints late in the tiebreak and takes it. We'll see if this championship final continues to dazzle and amaze and downright just be entertaining. Sabalenka will start set 2 from the line. Sabalenka's been in this position before. In fact, she began her campaign in Fort Worth, dropping the opening set to Ons Jabeur before coming back to win in 3. She has posted 10 wins when losing the opening set this year, and that puts her amongst the very best at coming back from the deficit she's currently in. In fact, Sabalenka is in a 4-way tie for most comebacks from one set down this year, with Kaya Kanepi, world number 1 Iga Swiatek, and the other player with 10 comebacks, Caroline Garcia. We'll see if there's any residual damage, scar tissue left over from double faulting her way out of that tiebreak. Aryna Sabalenka has not trailed on her serve 15-30 to date. Has not faced a break point. But now she will. Sabalenka in trouble here. Flat beginning.
Just looked a little lackadaisical on that volley. Almost a bit surprised that Garcia was able to get it here. And you could just see maybe not as aggressive with the footwork there. Could have used more decisiveness and assertiveness on that technique.
I agree. It was a bit casual, and that racket head went straight down, and she's too far from the net to going down. You have to be above the level of the net to go down on it. Otherwise, keep it level.
And Garcia wastes no time. The first break point of the match is converted by Caroline. And now a set and a break lead in this final.
Close game, Simpson.
Well, in Fort Worth, Texas, which is where the West begins, that's the motto of this town. But many people from across the world might think that Tombstone, Arizona, or the OK Corral is near here. It's not. It's in Arizona. This is Texas. But it was a shootout to begin. Extraordinary tennis in that opening set, Sophie.
Oh, yeah, a shootout it was. And I guess the winner was so far Caroline Garcia. And again, you know, just the aggressive play and taking her chances. Look at this. 68% of first serves for Caroline Garcia, only 43. 19 winners for 7 and 4. And it's not a bad day for Sabalenka either. 12 winners plus 6 in that column. When did we see that last?
Yeah, it's been some time, and she was able to hold on, be composed through so much, and then just that little burst of momentum for Garcia when she ran off 6 straight points in the tiebreak. That seems to have shaken Aryna up a bit here.
And a little was that margin. Only 1 point more for Garcia to win this first set.
Yep.
39-38. Oh boy, was that close.
Been remarkable as a front runner. She's only lost 4 matches this year when taking a 1-set lead. Caroline looking to use this little push here just to give herself a bit of distance and make Sabalenka think that she might have to do a little bit more to try to win, and that's going to take her out of her comfort zone. And it's Garcia who looks exceptionally comfortable now.
Well, if you look at their last match in Cincinnati in the semifinals, Garcia in the first set, 65% of first serve percentage, won the sets. Set 2, 52%, lost the set. Set 3, 68%. I think it's right there that it might be really played. Just how well can she keep on serving? So far, so good. And the racket of Sabalenka goes flying. Oof. Yep.
This is the thread of the sweater being pulled. It's all starting to come undone. I mean, emotionally, she's been able to keep herself in check until now. First 55 minutes, sterling effort.
Thank you.
Now starting to succumb and finding herself vulnerable.
You're right, Kevin. Just a little bit unraveling right now for Sabalenka. Continuous talk to the team, continuous talk to herself. I think we're going to be seeing a couple more of those racket throws here.
Garcia consolidates. That's 3 of the last 4 games going back to heading into the tiebreak. Now she assumes control. And can Sabalenka regroup?
I would start by serving more the body of Garcia right now, just to try to neutralize that return that has been so devastating against pretty much the whole field, except for Iga Swiatek, against whom she lost in the round robin.
Sophie, I would also be serving maybe some slower kick serves just to throw some variety to Garcia right now.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. The problem is that when she slows down on her serve, she hits double faults. It's almost like she needs to hit every serve as hard as possible, kick or first, because she's just losing the control and the timing without doing it. But if she could, I think it would be a great idea as well.
Well done to regain her poise, as it seemed to be slipping out of her grasp. A solid hold, but there's still the break to contend with in the second, after Garcia took the opening in a tiebreak. She's trying to accomplish something that's only been done once before. Caroline Garcia, she hails from Saint-Germain-en-Laye, France, and a French woman winning this title. It has happened. Amélie Mauresmo did so. In fact, in that final, she beat fellow countrywoman Mary Pierce, the only two previous women from France to have reached a WTA Finals championship match. That was 2005 when it was an all-French final. I saw Mauresmo take home the Billie Jean King Trophy.
Yep. I was in Los Angeles at the Staples Center, if I'm not mistaken. I was actually there.
As was I.
Yeah?
Why didn't you say hi?
I was watching. Not involved in commentary. I was watching. Treated to a great final.
Yeah. Misses the mark. By the way, that was a great final. Remember, Pierce took the opening set.
Yep.
Mauresmo had to win 6-4 in the third.
It looked like on this shot that Garcia was maybe going inside in with the forehand, and it looked like she almost changed her mind. Fortunately, missing the mark here with the inside out.
Garcia just won't be rattled.
The way that she's moving Sabalenka around all areas of the court. Look at how much she's pressuring that baseline. Does not want to concede a single inch of it.
No surprise her prowess at the net either. Successful on 7 of 10 trips. Once more, very comfortable in the middle of the court, and she uses that aggressive style to slash her way to a 3-1 lead in set number 2.
She's just playing very smart right now. She didn't go for a big first serve. She wanted to put some spin and some kick in that one, and got what she was looking for, a short reply, and took full advantage of it by coming forward once again, and that backhand volley has been working perfectly today.
Aggressive second serve.
I know, well, she's been doing this throughout the whole match, and it's so aggressive, and she's placing that serve deep in the box as well. There's not much she's done wrong today, Sabalenka, except in the tiebreak. Those 2 double faults were very costly. Think about Sabalenka just hitting really with ton of pace, but how about this one, the cross-court short ball that she was able to hit and produce here that opened the court completely for this forehand winner.
Garcia getting a taste of her own medicine here. Sabalenka doing so well with going out wide on that serve and then going open court. Excuse me. Tee on the serve.
Yeah, but swinging freely, you're right. I mean, she just seems absolutely emboldened right now to go big. As if she doesn't have a care in the world, just big, bold tennis. Oh,
sorry.
Caro crush.
I have to laugh at this. This is ridiculous about timing. I mean, to be able, I mean, she probably hit a little bit of the frame with it, but I tell you, the intention was there. She was truly going to the short cross court. Look at that standing. Yes, you were going to say the same thing, right, Aryna?
We were looking for a nickname for this, right? The Caro crush, maybe, or Caro press.
I don't know. We got to find something because it's pretty impressive. And so is that serve.
Yeah, Sabalenka does what she needs to do. Settles her nerve, holds serve. Now, can she do something she hasn't done in this championship final? Find a way to a break point against Caroline Garcia's serve. Dickies Arena, their center scoreboard that is 360-degree screen around, is the largest in North America. It extends past the length of the court. It has 1.2 million LED lights installed that gives fans all the information they need. They even have it on the inside of the scoreboard for fans that are really close to the court. It's pretty impressive stuff here at Dickies Arena, as has been the level of play in this final. Garcia up a set and a break. She hopes an 11th career title is on offer here within grasp. And if you're curious, tennis fan, why Dickies Arena, that is the sponsorship name of the world's leading performance workwear brand. See, a lot of the people in the stands are faithful to the Dickies brand. This arena broke ground in 2017, opened in 2019, hosting the 2022 WTA Finals.
What an amazing combination again. Great serve, short reply, and so quickly she gets to that ball. And right there, she's thinking, where am I going? Inside and boom. Even the long arms of Sabalenka can't reach that one.
Really does speak to the quality shot that Garcia has been able to employ. Her 24th winner, just seemingly effortless now, and she continues to cruise.
And she's been using the cross court so much on that backhand. Such a good play to go behind Sabalenka here. She's made the investment by going cross court all match.
So true.
And Garcia elevates her level continuously as Sabalenka gives chase. How about this for a message? A hold to love for 4-2. She's only dropped 3 points on serve in this set, has Garcia. I mean, that is letting your opponent know you've come to play.
And she's 4 for 4 coming forward to the net. It just continues the streak of really aggression from the French woman.
She'll have to channel some of the magic that happened during the course of this tournament. Sabalenka defeating the number 1, 2, and 3 ranked players in the world to get through to this final. A little trickeration to get it done.
Well, this is what I love about Sabalenka, is that, you know, even though we see her hit, you know, from the baseline and we think that's all she can do, she's very, very three-dimensional. She can hit the slides backhand from the baseline. She has the touch on the backhand also for the drop shot.
Sophie, you mentioned her ability. Sabalenka, not only an amazing singles player, but she's won titles with Elise Mertens, the WTA Finals doubles here.
Saying, Aryna, that maybe when they pass in the hallway, a little of that magic from the doubles win earlier today for Mertens might rub off on the Aryna.
I don't know about that, but the way that she's got that ability to come to net, just such a great ability. And she did win the Indian Wells and
She did the Sunshine double with Mertens.
Right. Yeah. Mertens. So we know that she's got the net skills.
Yeah, and they stopped playing together because she wanted to focus on really the singles.
And she had those back-to-back year-end finishes at number 11, and she said, I need to get into the top 10. I really need to knuckle down and focus.
Apparently it's worked quite well.
Finished last year number 2. And destined for a top 5 finish once again in 2022.
Oh, that came fast. That was right at the body of Garcia.
Well, we talked about Garcia sending a message. How about one from Aryna coming in high and tight? Still chasing, though, down a set and a break in Fort Worth. Fans imploring both to continue to play this terrific final all the way to its conclusion. Those who are pulling for Aryna Sabalenka, hoping she'll get to a third set. Garcia fans hoping that these combination of 2 games, either 2 holds, a hold and a break, or 2 breaks, whatever it takes, will get her across the line in straight sets. She has been absolutely dazzling from the line this evening, serving 4-3 in the second. Now in her 11th service game, just the 3rd time she has trailed as Garcia. And that's how significant her ability to hold today has been, ladies. I mean, the fact that only 3 times in those 11 service games now has she been down even a point in her serve, has yet to face a break point.
Well, it's just talking right here. Numbers talks. I can't say it enough, but the cross-court approach is a dangerous one if you don't really hurt the player, because you are going to be vulnerable from the down-the-line pass that you're going to have to mirror your approach. That means that Garcia was actually keeping running to try to cover the line, had to go back to the cross-court, was off balance, missed that volley. Much easier to come down the line on the approach. It's amazing how she's able to erase completely what happened in the last points to this point. And that's something that has been really an improvement, I think, in Caroline Garcia. She's treating every point as just now, the present.
Hits the quarter-century mark with her 25th winner at 82 miles per hour, and then delivers a quality first serve. 394 aces on the season. Her 11th puts her a point away from 5-3. She was saving that one. Garcia is on the doorstep to glory. I mean, the remarkable run of being outside the top 70 in early June. Hadn't been to a final in 3 years. Then went on a tear. Has been absolutely unbelievable in leaving her imprint on the WTA Tour since the midway point through the season. 3 titles on 3 different surfaces. And now just a game away from the biggest title of her career.
The crowd wants more.
Can't blame him. Highly entertaining final, to say the least, here. We were treated for a doubles final that was out of this world, and this one is just as good. tennis with too much pace, but finding the short cross court, and Garcia just not able to get to it. The depth of that serve once again. And she's playing that game so fast, Sabalenka.
Tremendous effort from Aryna Sabalenka to avoid stumbling at the end of what could have been the match. She still needs to find a first break point as Garcia will serve for the title. Caroline Garcia. She now has a chance to wrap up what she hopes is a title run to title number 4 and to be crowned champion of the WTA Finals. Serving for the Billie Jean King Trophy.
Can you believe this? The defensive skills from Sabalenka are absolutely unbelievable. For somebody who is so tall to move that well, I mean, it's absolutely remarkable what she was able to come back with. She knows how big this is here. Sabalenka just can't give a free point like this. I think Garcia is asking for the same ball. She did that yesterday against Sakari, and I think she's going to serve for the exact same ball if he keeps winning.
It's wide. 79-mile-per-hour second serve. She had to guide it in, but Garcia gets it done. And now we're not 39 minutes after it all began. Garcia with championship point.
Yes.
Tennis equivalent of an underhand pitch from Garcia, and Sabalenka exploits it, taking Garcia to deuce for just the second time in this final.
Advantage, Garcia.
Caroline Garcia is truly très magnifique, producing a sublime performance to reach new heights and flying high in Fort Worth. Champion of the 2022 WTA Finals, Caroline Garcia, her 11th career title, the biggest of her career.
And now, Aryna, we would love to hear some words from you.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you. Well, first of all, Caroline, I mean, I really hate you right now, but you played unbelievable tennis tonight. I think, like, not only tonight, this year you played unbelievable tennis, and congrats on the results so far. And I'm very sure it's many more to come, and hopefully we'll play many more finals, and we'll see what happens in the next one. No, but yeah, anyway, congrats you and your team on an amazing year, an amazing job. Yeah, just well done. Yeah, secondly, thank you guys for your support, for the atmosphere. It was unbelievable playing in front of you. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you. Then, of course, thank you, WTA, for making this event happen. It was amazing playing here, and I know it's been really tough to make it happen. And thank you so much for the opportunity playing in the WTA Finals. Of course, thank you for the for the directors, for the amazing organization here, referees, ball kids. Who else? Stringers, of course. Physios, people, I mean everyone. Thank you so much for this week. I really enjoy every second being here. And of course, playing in front of stars like you, it's amazing. I mean, thank you so much for being here. It's already a lot. Thank you. And no, I'm not gonna say thank you to my team because it's so many double faults. You guys are such a bad team. No, I'm joking. Of course, I'm joking. Thank you so much for being with me. Even it's happening. It's been a challenging year for us. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. And of course, thank you to my family. I love you so much. That's all for you. Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for Aryna Sabalenka.
And now, we'd like to welcome up your 2022 WTA Finals Fort Worth champion, Caroline Garcia. Caroline, we'd love to hear you say a few words.
first of all, huge congrats to Aryna and your team for being such a great fighter. Today was an amazing final, so much intensity on every single point. Really, you bring so much energy on the court every time. It's always a pleasure to watch, and I'm sure so many people enjoy watching you. It's really great to have you and all your energy for the WTA and women's tennis. Really appreciate it. I would like to thank, obviously, all the organization of the tournaments, the WTA, for making such an effort to make this tournament happen and to give us the opportunity to play this WTA Finals. It's always an honor to be part of it, so thank you for all the organizations, the sponsors, the volunteers who make it possible. It was a pleasure, really, to have this tournament. I would like to thank all my team who are here in my corner, and to all the people I have been able to share the path to this trophy. I met a lot of people along the way. Some people are here, some people have met me when I was a 12 years old little girl, and I took memories and I took positive from all the experience. And I would like to thank really much all this experience who have made me a better person and a better player. I'm thinking a lot about you guys. And I would like to thank you, all of you, for the great atmosphere during the week, and today was really special. You guys just love sports and love the tennis so much. It's always a pleasure to play in US. It was my first time in Texas, and I really enjoyed it as well. And yeah, the atmosphere today was just unreal. You were sharing for the both of us. It was a lot of aces, sometimes not too many rallies, but that's our game style, and I hope you enjoyed it. But thanks for the atmosphere, guys.
Caroline Garcia.